Ho ho ho, and a Merry Christmas.
Hello, greatest of sirs.
Oh, the overseer.
The sir of sirs, the greatest of them all.
One lame night to rule all lame nights.
The lamest, the most crippled.
The Jordan Peterson of knighthood.
The good doctor of knighthood who speaks to God.
Well, he's lost his fucking brain, by the way. They're trying to.
Oh, we're going in hot, I see. We're going in hot.
Hold my vanilla latte.
Hold my oat milk soybean latte.
You upped it.
and fused with carbon crystals.
Hold my avocado toast.
Hold my avocado toast. I've been watching Iron Chef. My God, legendary shit, Luigi. Yeah. The Japanese version, the original, of course. Jesus Christ, Iron Chef Michiba.
That sounds awesome.
What is he doing today?
I've dedicated my whole life to making ramen. What's going on? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I think this is the first episode we've done after the turn of the new year. Which
there's so much that's
so
going
much.
on. Stupid coups. Like, there's a lot going on.
You love the one in Germany.
Multiple stupid.
Yeah, we've had
coups.
a new one. Brazil. The Brazilian January 6th version of a coup. They wanted to copy it. That's what I gathered. They wanted to say they went in, but even the politicians weren't there. It was a Sunday. It was that stupid day to do a coup. Even worse than the American one, right? I mean, at least with the American one, they went there when the fucking politicians were there. It was a Sunday. It was the stupidest of stupid coups. There was nothing stupid. There. It was just buildings and shit and security.
God levels, stupid coups.
We captured no one, sir. It was a fucking Sunday.
They literally went to the presidential palace, parliament.
It was a sloppy Steve special.
And by the way, I think Bolsonaro was in the United States.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing. We're gonna get in that because that is by far the funniest aspect of the whole thing.
But seriously,
the place where woke goes to die, where woke has arrived.
He definitely went to meet DeSantis and then discuss who is the strongest.
It's the place where woke goes to die. It's not just sanctimonious. We've got Donny Boy in Mar-a-Lago, in the fortress of Mar-a-Lago.
Gathering of kings.
It's a gathering of kings
in Florida.
The Republican gathering of kings.
This is literally
the greatest minds the Republican Party has gathered in eons.
So this is what happens when you hype your followers. Right? When you hype them for 3 years that they're gonna have to do a coup and you arm them and then you get cold feet like yourself.
And then you get cold feet basically means the generals were like, fuck you, we're not gonna go along with it. And you're like, fuck. This was the stupidest, of course, I will have to say. And also, we're gonna have to do
awards. We're gonna have to do silly coup awards because there's been several lately. We're gonna have to rank them. It's a special episode. It's another episode.
Yeah, we have to do it. We have to do the coup ranking awards. We got amazing one in Germany. We had, of course, the OG, the American one. The new ones are a bit weird, right? They're not like the old coups. This was as stupider than those. But of course, we do learn about the successful ones. So I guess it's just history repeating itself. Eventually, they'll get one. Don't do it on a Sunday. It's my first advice.
There's been proper coups. I think Myanmar lately.
Yeah, Myanmar was a successful one.
And I was actually reading up about this. Like,
you see, I mean, it was done by the general. He locked up the president, prime minister. So even from that angle, you can tell that the seeds of success have been planted in the plan. Whereas, random Brazilian rednecks on a Sunday attacking government buildings without a plan, it's It's the American version, the January 6th version. Of course, if they had allowed Donny Boy to get to the Capitol, it would have been epic. Where he would have commanded the troops right there.
Yeah.
Get Nancy. Yes. Hot Mike. Mike needs to be hanged. He's a traitor.
Secure Mitch. Bring me Mitch alive.
But they did not allow the general to participate, and he's been doing fucking shite. He's been doing shite, Luigi. I get it's a good thing, obviously. Please do not confuse my that note of annoyance for that being. It's a good thing. He's been doing shite, Luigi. Holed up in Mar-a-Lago, further degenerating into a chicken nugget. He's not doing much. Playing golf, probably with Bolsonaro, probably.
Into a chicken nugget.
Further deteriorating. Because he always looked like one. It's just affecting him even more now. I think he's very, very low. 50-50 with Sanctimonious. Incomprehensible. Comprehensible.
It's not incomprehensible. It's epic. We're gonna get to watch epic debates.
By the way, I feel the Republicans we haven't mentioned it, I think, but I feel the Republicans have no way of getting elected next time because Donny Boy is gonna drag the whole thing. If Donny Boy goes second in the primaries, do you think he's gonna bow away to the sunset? No fucking way.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, he's gonna go insane. He's gonna go independent, third party. They rigged it against me.
For the second time.
Even the Republicans are against me now because they're corrupt. Mitch is corrupt. Mitch's Chinese wife. I don't remember her name.
I have to tell you, I didn't even want to lead that party, but they begged me. Donny, please come take over, Donny.
And it's going to be crowded as well, I think, because you keep hearing everything about Pompeo, dude.
I fucking
everybody wants to run.
No. John Bolton is saying he's going to run. John Bolton for the non-initiated.
The evil walrus. The most evil of walruses. He's been cast out by the walrus clan. He's now infecting humans.
John Bolton has never seen a coup he didn't like.
Apart from the American one, though. That was the only one he didn't like. That's the only one he didn't like. The one that happened in his fucking home. John Bolton. A visionary of foreign affairs. A visionary. His vision was we fuck up every other place. So our place is the best.
So we touched on Brazil.
I want to say about Brazil, Luigi. I saw Taker's take on it. Taker's take.
Why isn't Taka running?
He will. I think he will eventually. I think maybe. I think he really likes his spot right now, being the messenger of right-wing tidings to the masses.
I see him.
The family dinner, people's man.
I literally see him as the jester or the joker, in a sense, of the Republican Party, because you don't know what
I think
he's gonna do next.
Their best propagandist by far, the only one probably that, apart from Sean Hannity for the really old guys, for the really old Republicans, but then Taggart gets everyone below say 70 years old.
Yeah, and I don't get. I don't get the appeal.
It's really good, Luigi. It really is good.
Is it the stupid faces or is it like
the stupid faces are exceptionally stupid?
Yeah, but I mean, he's a master at them. But I mean,
do you want to know his take on the Brazilian thing? The Brazilian thing was
they didn't go far enough.
You're going to be amazed. It's going to be yeah. I mean, he sympathizes obviously as a great sympathizer with the January 6th good folks. They went there. It was a visit. It was to check out what's happening in the heart of our republic. But as a sympathizer of those folks, he made an excellent documentary about it. His line was, he started the whole thing following the rigged elections in Brazil and the installment of convicted criminal Lula da Silva. And I was like, what, Tanker? What? I was like, the rigged election? Have you got any proof, Tiger Boy, or is it just whatever? We're going to go with it. Jesus Christ. And then he was like sympathizing, obviously, with them. Oh, the poor folks. I mean, the election was rigged. What did you expect, Luigi? I mean, they're just asking questions.
Just asking questions.
I mean, a convicted criminal who, the Supreme Court, overruled the fucking conviction. But fucking Tate, a convicted criminal. There was a whole scandal about it with the justice minister. Fucking Tate, a convicted criminal. Lula da Silva. I was like, fuck you, Tate. Yeah, my feelings about Tate are happy New Year.
Intact.
Have remained intact with the passing of the new year.
Much love.
I have so much love for Tiger Boy. Easily the worst fucker that graces the screen. There's no one worse. I mean, at least Peterson talks to God and shit.
By the way, the good doctor is having an absolute fucking mental breakdown on Twitter.
It is not the first time, though. It has to be admitted.
No. Like he's actually lost his mind. Right. If I'm getting the story right, that like the Canadian, I don't know, psychologist.
I read that. Yeah,
the
obviously.
Canadian Psychologist College told him to.
I mean, they should. They should take his license.
To limit his public persona. Otherwise, they're going to take his license away.
For fuck's sake, Luigi. I mean, I've been rough on psychologists, and I mean, because of Peterson, so I have anything against them. But even that is, there's a certain standard to it. You can just be fucking Peterson and pretend to be a psychologist afterwards. There are certain standards to being a psychologist. You can just go deny climate change all fucking year and then be like, yes, I analyze people's behaviors. I agree they should take his license away. Guy's not a psychologist. He's a social media influencer, far-right troglodyte. Who pretends to help people. Young alienated men.
Honestly, he's deteriorated over the years. Like the first time I saw him speaking, he was talking
He's
about
a good speaker.
Yeah, but I mean, he was talking about writers and philosophy.
Dude, I watched him one
kind
time.
Of
I watched one of his lectures, and one of the first things I've ever watched of him. He was talking about ancient Egyptians or Greeks, and it was like that symbol that sort of like looks like a DNA. But it's just whatever, two snakes intertwined. And he was like, and of course, I believe they knew about DNA. And I'm like, that guy's a fucking loony, dude. What the fuck is this shit? They knew the ancients knew. It's just ridiculous, a ridiculous person. That's a ridiculous person. Well, that a lot of people listen to because, he speaks well.
I'm seeing some of the tweets of his that sparked like the backlash from the Psychologists Association, and I'm reading one like some guy says, I disagree. Based on the record of human behavior, we're already overpopulating this small world. Any arguments I have heard, blah blah blah, some bullshit. And he replies, you are free to leave at any point.
Come on, bucko. Up yours, woke moralist. Legend, like a Canadian legend, I have to say. It's all those fucking Soviet Union propaganda posters on his walls that fucking with him at this point.
That motherfucker gets his high from pretending he's an intellectual. Honestly, that's the sense I'm getting. Like he's narcissistic, as fuck. I think he's narcissistic as fuck.
Definitely.
He wants to be like the moral kind of a leader of the free speech right.
And then you've got, and he makes a lot of money out of this. There's a lot of men that I want to listen to. A fucking senior figure that sounds fucking smart, telling them that, women are getting too uppity these days. Yeah. Shit like that.
He's the intellectual equivalent of...
He's a titan of thought.
No, of fucking Andrew Tate. Did you see that asshole got arrested in Romania? Jordan Peterson
got arrested. Even Romania couldn't save you, Andrew.
that guy is Jordan Peterson is literally the intellectual equivalent of that guy.
Definitely, that's how I say it as well. But I mean, before anyone accuses us, Andrew Tate is probably a criminal. We'll see how the case plays out.
We'll see. I mean, for Romania, I haven't really tracked the story.
Do you know what he's being convicted of?
It's about
insane shit.
I think it's both money laundering and
forget about the money laundering,
and
yeah,
human
trafficking, and the details of it are really
no.
fucking. Let me read you just a second about Mr. Bubble Water, the fucking criminal scam, allegedly. We'll see how it plays out. But what he's been accused of by Romanian authorities is that, by the way, they seized his fucking luxury cars.
Yeah, I saw that.
I love that.
And Greta Thunberg
has been having a hell of a new year, right?
Yeah,
a hell of a new year.
I love this is what happens when you don't recycle your pizzas. That was awesome. By the way, Romanian authorities said that,
channeling the Viking spirit.
That him having a pizza in the background of a video didn't actually do anything.
Yeah, forget about that shit. Yeah. People were running with that. Yes, funny. Let me tell you what he's being accused of. The agency prosecutors in the Romanian capital allege that the two brothers recruited, that's his brother as well, Tristan Tate, the less popular of Tates, recruited their victims by seducing them and falsely claiming to want a romantic relationship, the so-called lover boy method of people trafficking. Insane shit. The victims were then allegedly taken to properties on the outskirts of Bucharest, where they were forced through physical violence, mental intimidation, and coercion to produce pornographic content for social media sites, generating large profits, pimping out women, trafficking. Oh, I mean, and he sort of admitted it as
under force. Did you say under force?
Yeah. Completely, dude. Trafficking women and pimping them out.
As you do.
As you do. After one of the brothers allegedly raped one of the trafficked women. Yeah, and he mentioned it at one point that's what a G does. What a G does, proper G.
How stupid do you have to be committing human trafficking?
It's pretty stupid.
and then going on podcasts
and admitting
and basically bragging about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, how, like, you need to have 5 brain cells.
You need to have gigawatts of intelligence. You need to spread the light of consciousness, etc.
Oh, Elon.
I thought we're not going to mention it.
No. We have to.
Let's not.
All right.
He's sort of gone a little bit out of the spotlight. Let's give him that. Let's roll with that. Let's hope he doesn't do anything stupid for the next 5 days in a row.
Banned.
But they did have a dig at Elon. It was like Andrew Tate has been banned from all social media. Known misogynist, etc. Apart from when Elon purchased Twitter and he had him reinstated. I was like, fuck you, Elon.
Those were the times. By the way, we are also raising the price of the blue check mark again on Twitter.
Are we? Well, inflation, my boy.
Inflation,
my boy.
Went from
$8 those pixels are fucking expensive.
Somebody has to pay the rent.
The people that I keep firing.
Yeah. No. We're steering away from the Rocketman.
Wish him a happy new year, etc.
The real Rocketman. I think we should rename the podcast.
Spreading the light of civilization, etc. Everybody knows the shtick now. The shtick.
All right. So.
We've got another thing that. To discuss. Of course, Kevin McCarthy elected finally House Speaker after a grueling 15-vote saga. And then nearly a physical brawl played out right at the end where somebody, member of Congress, nearly attacked Matt Gaetz because he couldn't believe that Matt was being more annoying than fucking Ted Cruz. And but he was stopped from doing that by a headlock, basically.
Republican unity. You love to see it.
We love to see it, folks. We love to see it. I mean, genuinely. In this saga, Marjorie Taylor Greene sided with McCarthy right from the start, and it took a bunch of them to budge. And it took a while. It took 15 votes. Trump weighed in favor of McCarthy.
By the way, I saw that it dragged on forever, but I haven't really seen, like, why couldn't they find the support? I mean, I know their majority is really slim, but still, I mean, in the past,
we predicted it, literally predicted it. We were talking about this, because it's a very slim majority, because they shot the bed at the midterms. It's going to be a riot. The circus is going to be back in town. Matt Gaetz and a bunch of others. Bobbert, of course, Bobbert. The two ladies that Trump loves the most in the Republican Party. Bobbert and the Tate. Can just imagine him. I don't want to go off the rails, but I can just imagine him in Mar-a-Lago.
No. It's enough.
Just thinking about his two ladies.
George.
The Titan, such a good woman. But Bobert, she's really good. I love them. I love my women.
Now rub my feet, Alejandro.
I'm going to be playing golf with Bolsonaro. He sucks at golf. I always win now. What was what did they gain out of this? What did McCarthy eventually have to compromise with?
He probably had to.
There's some things we don't know yet because they've been made behind doors. So we
probably had to put his soul for auction.
Definitely, his soul has been sold a long time ago.
I'm sure.
When you went to Mar-a-Lago and licked Trump's testigles about that time. He converted 15 of the Republican defectors.
Wow.
Converted
them. I like it.
With a successful testicle massage. Following an unsuccessful 12th and 13th ballot, Republicans voted to adjourn. With only 6 Republicans still opposed to McCarthy's candidacy, with only 6 of them, and he can get elected, Luigi. Used that time to lobby the half-dozen remaining holdouts, eventually finding a way to break the impasse. Without votes to spare, the delay also allowed 2 of McCarthy's allies to return to Washington to cast ballots for him. One had missed them for health reasons initially, while the other was absent to be with his newly born son.
Boring.
I'm just trying to figure out what I saw some of the things that were agreed. Apparently, one motion by a single member of the House can now put forth a vote about dropping the speaker. That's all the stupidest things that has been achieved.
I swear, like the Republicans, like sometimes, like most times, they're like an alien civilization dropped them here. It's not like these people grew up.
Stop the abortions now!
I mean, what the fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah.
Dude, this is not the 1940s. I mean, no abortions here. I don't know.
Tell me your thoughts.
I think American politics is gonna be a little bit boring until the Republican debates.
Have we investigated Hunter yet?
Honestly, I want you to think of the Republican debates. They're probably gonna start late this year, probably right around September, I think.
Are they gonna have them because they went on record saying that they're rigged and shit, and they don't want to have them anymore?
The debates, no?
Yeah, the debates. You remember that they went on the record some time ago, some Republican representatives, and said,
I mean, everyone knows the debates are rigged. I mean, the system of election at the party level is basically rigged. So,
but they said they weren't going to participate, Luigi. Are they going to participate? I don't know.
I'm never going to eat meat again. But am I?
Exactly. I'm also betting on the fact that there will be debates, and they will be awesome. Especially if, as you said, Ye also participates.
No, that's never gonna happen. Ye is going to announce he's running, and then he's going to drop out like 3 days before anything important.
He's been missing, by the way. I don't know anymore about that.
Re-education camp, I hope.
The gulags.
The gulag archipelagos. Yeah, I don't know. I don't find McCarthy that fascinating. The media has been all over it, but I mean, I saw something really interesting. The chair of the Federal Trade Commission, that's Lina Khan. Yeah, she's the anti-monopoly kind of crusader. We discussed her in the past. She came out.
He's made some good nominations, right? Sleepy Joe.
Yeah,
under the radar that no Republican administration will ever have.
Lina Khan literally stopped mergers for the big tech giants.
Is she the one who saved us from Microsoft Activision?
Exactly.
Nice, pro-game,
no.
Respect.
Listen to this one. She proposed a ban on non-compete clauses in contracts.
That's very interesting, yes.
Which her argument is basically that this non-compete clause started out as a...
And it's gotten pretty ridiculous.
I mean, why would you have
construction
workers with
I fucking flip
clauses?
burgers at McDonald's and they make me sign this shit.
Exactly.
I don't like to it. I'm still gonna flip my fucking burgers.
No, I mean, she has a good argument. Like it's gotten out of control, and lifting it would bring more workers to the labor force,
100%,
which is basically
a lot more dynamic as well.
It's exactly what you need right now vis-a-vis the whole inflation angle.
It would allow workers to change jobs more easily and make things more flexible.
Exactly.
It's in the right way, because often it's in the wrong way when you hear about flexibility in the workplace. That just means we're going to fucking get rid of all your rights. But this one is the right way. It's the right way to make flexibility in the workplace.
More power to the workforce. And by the way, one of the few instances I can ever remember where the Americans are regulating shit the Europeans haven't regulated.
Fair enough.
Always fair. The world is not fair.
Sad. So sad.
Yeah, and staying in the American kind of, since we touched on economics a little bit. I mean, your monthly economic update from Radio Rocketman, shit is going down. So
stocks are being exchanged. Bonds are being sold on the open markets.
Stocks haven't sunk, but what is going down is a lot of the leading economic indicators. So a lot of the stuff that you would monitor to see if there's going to be a recession, for example, over the next year.
You've said business surveys often.
Business surveys is exactly what I was thinking of this time as well. The latest batch we got was pretty dire. It basically says the economy is already in a recession. Maybe there's a lag there. Maybe it takes another 6 months to show up in the official economic data. But I mean, an economy is like a freight train. Once it starts moving in a direction, it doesn't stop easily. And right now, we are going into reverse. We're not moving fast into reverse. The recession is not here yet, but it's probably going, if I had to put betting odds, no, rather screw the betting odds. The New York Fed has a model that estimates recession probabilities over the next 12 months. That's sitting at around 35% right now, but 35% doesn't tell the story because it doesn't need to go to 100%.
I would think they'd have it higher than 35.
Yeah, every time it has risen above 30 in the last 50 years, we've actually had a recession.
So they calibrate the system.
Basically, I mean, it doesn't have to go, close to 100%. 30 usually does it.
Interesting. Not good, but yeah. I mean, the war, which is, I don't know, one of the main reasons, doesn't seem to be abating.
No, not at all. It's actually, man, oh my God, I was reading these headlines that Europe, basically the Germans, are going to start sending heavy tanks. The Germans are giving
the Germans.
They're giving tanks, and the United States is giving
8 o'clock sharp. The tanks arrive. You be there. 8 o'clock, they'll be there.
Jack, the White House.
What do you want, Jack? I'll be having a hell of a New Year.
They promised them Patriot systems.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yes, I've read that. I don't know how valid this is. I mean, they're going to give them Patriot missiles. Nice.
Yeah, they're going to give them Patriot missiles. And the latest headlines are that Ukrainian troops travel to US for Patriot missile training. That's a fucking game changer. It's important because the Americans don't have that many they're not.
Are they going to be able to missiles. Take down the drones with that? Because they keep getting hammered by drone attacks. Is that possible? I have no clue.
I don't know. Maybe drones are too small, but at the very least, no Russian aircraft is going to. This nullifies the Russian Air Force 100%. I mean, if it hasn't been already, then it has.
What if they bomb it on the way? It's weird, right, how they keep managing to logistically supply the country while there's a war going on. The Russians are pretty shit at it, folks.
Look,
I mean, they are faced against the whole Western world, let's be honest.
I saw some explanations behind that recently. Basically, Ukraine has paralyzed their the Russian resupplying infrastructure, essentially, because the Russians used to supply most stuff on rail to their troops, and the Ukrainians recently just bombed most.
Was that the bridge, the Crimean bridge?
Exactly, they bombed a lot of rails and then the Crimean bridge, and now basically the Russians have to bring it in by land, and the Ukrainians have been attacking a lot of let's call it resupplying vehicles, to the point where I'm reading shit that says the Russian army is confiscating buses from the mainland.
Yeah, but Putin is being suicidal at this point. I mean, to his own country, his population. How many people is he going to kill for this? And the Ukrainians are gonna sacrifice themselves for their country. How many people is he willing to kill for this of his own people?
I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. What I do know, and to conclude this conversation, like the Americans, the Europeans are sending them even better weapons, and the Americans just approve a shit ton of money as well in the latest budget. What that means is Zelensky is never going to negotiate while this is happening. So
obviously,
the war has just been extended for at least another 6 months. I mean,
what was the alternative? You let Russia occupy the whole of Ukraine?
Yeah.
It's a difficult situation.
It's a difficult situation, but like you need peace negotiations at some point, and this is not going to do the trick.
Yes.
Now, is Putin going to go into full mobilization at some point? That's becoming a real possibility because
they're going to be pretty angry there about this.
Yeah,
I don't think they want to.
It's Russia. I don't think like mass riots are even possible, honestly. Like
maybe.
He did a partial mobilization, and there were like minor riots in the city centers.
In China as well, but Xi reacted to them.
And Xi reacted masterfully, I would argue. Like
but I mean, it was still a U-turn, Beijing. He still was reacting like a fucking absolute imbecile in the beginning.
Agreed, he shouldn't have been an imbecile from the beginning, but like the way he reacted, he managed to save face somehow.
A maestro.
Remember when I was describing how important saving face is in Chinese society?
Yes.
It's
Iron Chef Kenichi, the Szechuan sage. Yeah, it's important. Dragon power and all that. We love
Dragon power. By the way, that economy is screwed. And every analyst I'm reading is like, "Oh, China is going to be so amazing. They reopened their economy," and you're like, "Yeah, okay, hold on, you fucktard." Like
so brutal.
Like.
Hold on, you beautiful fuckface.
The Western analysts are seeing China reopen, and they're applying the Western playbook of reopening, which basically means your economy is going to do better.
Yeah.
But
our
China hasn't vaccinated exactly.
And the vaccines are pretty shit as well.
Which means you're going to have an actual pandemic and you don't have this hospital
health
capacity.
Service might actually get overwhelmed, yes.
Exactly.
We'll have to wait and see in the near future before China's going to have one heck-ass jolt to its system before it's able to normalize. Fuck knows, yeah. If the health system can manage the capacity.
As if that wasn't enough, they've got their property sector basically collapsing. The government, like the stimulus the government has rolled out so far, I don't know if I've given the stimulus so far, but I love it. It's like bringing a knife to a nuclear fight. It's like it has been very underwhelming. And I mean, historically, if you go to other countries where you've had instances of such bubbles popping, Japan most notably, it takes fucking years, sometimes decades to sort out the mess. So like, a lot of people have been getting excited about China reopening lately. I'm here to tell you that it's going to last for like a couple of quarters at most, and then China is going to find out what it means for the West to have a recession. I mean,
it's going to affect them, obviously.
It's going to affect them tremendously. I mean,
their exports.
Yeah, they are trying to shift from the export model to the domestic consumption model, but they haven't
still not there yet.
Exactly, they haven't done the transition. So I don't know. Call me.
They've been through worse, my boy. They've been through worse. The Opium Wars.
The Cultural Revolution was a good time.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I just lost us our Chinese audience.
We had a vibrant Chinese audience.
So
I think we've been through
we've covered
everything.
Most of it.
Everything that needed to be covered with the coming of the new year. The 20. Yeah.
We haven't touched on Europe. Is there anything happening in sclerotic old Europe?
Fuck all. People are fucking getting old. The continent is dying. Let it die gracefully.
In a managed way.
In a managed, controlled direction.
Very regulated.
Let's not start killing each other again. Let us die peacefully. It's going to be a great year, obviously. It's going to be a great year. We haven't even thanked our beautiful, vibrant audience, Luigi.
Arigato senseis.
Arigato gozaimasu.
for for putting yourself through this.
You're killing me here. You're killing me, dear Luigi.
All right, so let's end this with wild predictions for the year.
Okay. Wild predictions. Wow. I'm gonna make one. Trump is gonna get arrested for I'm gonna leave it at he's gonna get arrested. He's gonna get arrested soon.
I like it.
Soonish.
I like it.
And he's gonna win the presidency in his jail cell because he got arrested like a martyr.
Wow.
We're gonna have Zoom debates between Sleepy Joe and Donny Boy in jail. He's gonna coast through the primary easily with sanctimonious. But you're so sanctimonious. I'm in jail. I'm a martyr. This is last chance, Donny Boy. This is your last chance.
Yeah. Here's my
prediction.
It's not very wild. We're gonna have.
Oh, we need a wild one, Luigi.
We need a wild one, really?
Yeah. Make your not so wild.
China doesn't invade Taiwan. It's pretty wild.
They're not gonna invade Taiwan. I'm gonna bet on that as well. They will
instead
invade the Philippines.
All right, I'll take
because, I mean, why not?
Let's go on the stupid coup kind of theme.
Who's gonna get the next stupid coup? Who's gonna get the next one? Which one is it? It's gonna be Latin America. It's high odds for Latin America. But you've got Europe,
Hungary.
That's not gonna happen with Hungary.
Victor
Orban runs a tight ship.
Orban who's himself.
The Orban clan has prospered. I'm guessing maybe France say it doesn't happen again with. Is Le Pen gonna run for a fourth time? I don't know. Maybe her cousin. If her cousin runs and doesn't win, maybe they invade. I mean, it's getting very trendy, very chic these days. You gotta go to the fucking House of Parliament, your parliament, and just wreck shit about because you're angry. You're angry because the elections are rigged. Incidentally, only when your guy loses. When your guy wins, they're not rigged. It's masterful. It's facts and logic.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty. Have we said enough? Have enough words be spoken?
The universe has been put right again.
Excellent. We stand for the universe. We're children of the universe, after all.
Bringing the light of the galaxy.
The Milky Way. It's so milky. The way. It's so milky.
So let's end it with a supernova, sir.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Have a good one.
Sayonara.